Sometimes, hope is found inside a bag the world tried to forget. The story of these two little souls began in silence, beside a building where people passed by every day without noticing. Inside an abandoned bag, hidden from sight, were two female dogs, barely 1.5 years old. Together, they weighed just 4 kilograms. They were not simply abandoned pets. They were survivors of a life that had drained them of strength, dignity, and comfort long before anyone stopped to look. When rescuers finally found them, it was clear that these dogs had lived a life of exhaustion and neglect. Their small bodies were trapped beneath a hard, suffocating shell formed from severely matted fur. This was not just dirty fur. It was a heavy, solid layer soaked with waste, holding in heat, odor, and discomfort day after day. Beneath that hardened coat were fragile frames, thin and weakened, with ribs gently outlined under a skin. They did not cry out. They did not resist. They simply pressed close to each other, as if their shared presence was the only safety they had ever known. The rescue team moved carefully, speaking softly, knowing that sudden movements could shatter what little trust these dogs still carried. As the bag was opened and fresh air touched them, they trembled, not from aggression, but from fear. Yet even then, they stayed close, leaning into one another as if silently promising, whatever happens next, we face it together. At the clinic, the truth of their condition slowly came into focus. Beyond the visible exhaustion, deeper pain had been hiding inside. One of the dogs, weighing barely 3 kilograms, carried a large bladder stone that had likely caused constant discomfort for months. It was a quiet suffering endured without complaint. Surgery was necessary, not just to remove the stone, but also to give both dogs a chance at a healthier future through spaying and proper medical care. The moment their fur was gently shaved away was transformative. What fell to the floor was not just hair, but the weight of a past they no longer needed to carry. For the first time, their skin could breathe. For the first time, their bodies felt light. Wrapped in warm towels, they looked smaller than ever, but also freer. The surgery was successful. The stone was removed. The pain that had lived silently inside one small body was finally gone. In recovery, the two dogs rested side by side, still inseparable. Even in sleep, they reached for each other, paws touching, as if afraid that waking alone might undo the miracle they had just survived. Days passed, then weeks. Slowly, their bodies began to heal. Blood tests came back clear. No infectious diseases, stable vitals. Their physical wounds were mending, but emotional healing takes longer. They were still timid. Loud sounds made them flinch. New hands made them freeze. Yet there were moments, small, powerful moments, when hope peeked through. A hesitant tail wag, a soft blink instead of a lowered head, the way they relaxed when spoken to gently, realizing that this time, no harm would follow. They found comfort only in each other. When one stood, the other followed. When one felt unsure, she tucked herself beneath her sister's chin. Their bond was not just companionship, it was survival. And now, it was the bridge guiding them toward a new life. These two dogs do not need pity. They need patience. They need a home where kindness is consistent, where love is not demanded, but offered freely. A place where they can learn, at their own pace, that humans can be gentle.
Hoćeš, molim te, samo da mi otvoriš vrata od transportera. Od transportera tog što stoji tu. Super. Super. Joj, Bože, dragi. Kakva tuga. Ej, na šta ličite, jadni.
Their journey is not over, but for the first time, it is moving forward. Today, they are safe. They sleep without fear. They eat without rushing. They are no longer invisible. And one day, with time and understanding, they will learn how to trust the world that once failed them. If this story moved you, please share it. Let others know that even the quietest lives matter. That stopping, looking, and caring can change everything. Have you ever helped an animal learn to trust again? Share your thoughts in the comments and help us spread hope for those still waiting to be seen.